Oh boy, the endless battle. Never ends. Anyways, um, let's look at this here. Check this out. I found my bag of seed potatoes. I knew they were somewhere. Oh boy, yeah. They should have definitely been in the ground by now, but not that they can't go in the ground. Some of these obviously are far, far gone and gonna have to just be tossed or whatnot, but there's a lot of them that are going to do really, really well. I mean, look at this one. This one is crazy ready and stuff. So I want to go show you the garden real quick, the potatoes that are already popping off. All right, here's a new potato section here. And if you guys don't do your potatoes like this with a white cloth over the top, you're really missing out. It is so beneficial, and I'm gathering it's just because of well, not just because, but a lot of it's because of the moisture that these cloths trap underneath. Now they allow moisture to go through. When it rains, the rain goes through. These get a little bit wet. They don't get real heavy and really stress down onto the plant a whole bunch, but they do. They get, they take up water weight, so they do that as well, which I think also helps makes the plant a little bit stronger, having that force on it. Having the water constantly right there for the leaves to be able to drink. You come out here in the morning, and just as the sun's coming up and everything's trying to evaporate, like you can kind of see it here a little bit. It's more on the outside, but it'll be wet underneath, and these leaves are just stuck to it, like just stuck right to it, just loving it and stuff. So this way here, I've gotten the most of my bounty, like the biggest bounty per plant from this. I would have to say like 10-15 pounds in one plant this way. So this is truly the best way to do it. I feel, for me, the just the growth of the plants themselves is it's incredible. Compared to like okay, this plant is not underneath. Now it's decent. It's decent size. Little, it needs a little more green to it. This bed is an old potato bed that has never been, no nutrients has really been added. A little bit of compost last year, some top cover. It's a newer bed that's only had 1 year in it, so this one needs some adjustments done to it this year. I can see through the cloth here some lighter yellowing of these plants now. This is really tight on here, and it's only held by the rocks. I just keep a few rocks on it. But there is a lot of pressure on this one. I can feel it. And you can see, like here, you can definitely see it here, the wetness underneath. This one, I'm going to loosen it up just a little bit. And I actually want to take a look at these in here. It helps keep some of the slugs off them too. But you also got to, whoops, I should have probably done something with taking care of that instead of flicking it over there. But you got to pull these tops off sometimes and take a look to make sure you don't have a pest issue going on underneath, because it is like beautiful habitat under there for the pests. So yeah, go up, and here's the strawberries. Strawberries are doing a little bit better, I guess. I don't know. I mean, they still got some of the curl to the leaves, and I was trying to give them extra water, figuring maybe that was part of it, but I think it's a little bit to do with nutrition on it, that they're just not liking something. They're either missing something or not liking something. I haven't applied any boron 2 years now, so maybe boron, maybe that's what they're looking for. Anybody's got any ideas or thoughts, let me know. Rhubarb's cranking, been pulling off that a whole bunch. What else? We got lettuces are cranking, spinaches, peas are cranking up. These are just a small section. We've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 more sections and gardens that are going and still need work, because you figure there's Brussels sprouts and broccoli and the tomatoes, and where Bun Buns hangs out outside, there's that whole section of a garden, which is like another section of garden like this here. I got to get I've done broccoli and green and yellow squash up here, summer squash. This year I'm going to change it out. Similar plant still. I'm going to do Brussels sprouts up here. I think they do really, really well up here. So my Brussels sprouts are going to go up here. Broccoli did really, really well up here, like tremendous. These were some of the biggest heads I've ever gotten from broccoli. It was out of this bed here. But I'm hoping to up my game on my Brussels sprouts. But tons and tons of planting still to happen here. Trying to refix this into a new alfalfa bed. Tomatoes and cucumbers have been coming out of here since I made this bed, and getting it all kind of situated, and it's really good now. It's probably a good 12 inches deep of some really nice soil, 18-20 inches really decent stuff before it hits down into like the clay and gravel backfill layer of the property here. You can see some that I planted out last year. Just going to keep letting them grow up and do their thing. And these are going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take a year or two. Once we start seeing them come up, I'll clear out the straw, do a little bit of backfill. And if they show up this year, they might not even show anything this year, which is tough, I guess. Onions are cranking, so that's good. Red and yellow onions. Corn. Should be seeing the tops anytime. The thing up here, the sun. We don't get a ton of direct sun like you do down, like say down by the riverbeds. The riverbeds are already got a foot tall, corn around here. So we're definitely behind in that game. My other corn bed, they're up, I don't know, 3 inches to 6 inches tall already. So, I mean, they're doing okay. What else we got? We got the section started for flattened out and getting ready for pumpkins here. And I don't know, I'm debating whether I'm going to cut this back more and keep working a flat spot out here on the bank, or if I should just drop down and make another flat spot down there. That's down to the brook. But the bank here, it is literally like that steep. Like if you gotta use like your hands and feet to come up it. It's definitely really, really steep. But this is ready for pumpkins. Been hot composting that. So that's been hot composted and flipped and done everything a million times. So now it's just ready to be broken down, and that'll be over the course of the next couple years. It's kind of gonna stay here, get added to, allowed to be broken down, and then it's going to get spread out to feed and build this section up. This was kind of like a hugel bed. There's tons of debris like trees and logs and branches and stuff that were thrown over the bank for, I don't know, this property's been going for over 100 years now. I think it was early 1900s is the first deed on it. So, I mean, there's things that have been tossed over this bank for years upon years. So it's like a massive hugel bed, and it needs some nutrients added to it. It's only been, I've composted the top, and then whatever dies here, sometimes I'll rake a bunch of leaves into here and let a nice leaf layer sit on there over the winter. But I got to come down in here and finish. I have a stone walkway that goes down this way. And right now you can see it's massively overgrown down in there. I gotta get in and do some cleaning up. One of our 3 foot long dandelions. These things are massive when they grow. Yeah, a lot of cleaning up I gotta do down here. Some of this stuff is supposed to be here, some of it's not supposed to be here. A lot of this stuff here is just like an invasive weed that needs to go. Another one of my massive dandelions here. Let's see how long. Breaking them. I'm breaking them. Oops. Yeah, I'm breaking them. They are long. These guys are, easily 3-4 feet long. Massive. That there is going to be partially potatoes, which you can see a bunch of them coming up already. And then I still have this whole section, and a section over on that side. I got to go through and fix a few of my rocks. These are all just rocks I pulled out of the lawn, making a little bit of a lawn and yard for the dog, and eventually put a picnic table out there. Be able to sit out there, have barbecues and whatnot. But just kind of stacked them up to make this raised bed, which works awesome. Anybody that does gardening knows, you know, every time you flip rocks, what's under the rocks? If sometimes ants, but usually roots from your plants. Your roots from your plants go over there. The rocks stay nice and warm through the evening. Summertime, they can stay cool underneath, and there's always moisture there for them to drink. So like rock gardens are like crazy good. One of my raised beds, I actually, once I plant in here, I have all these different rocks here, and when it's laid out, it actually creates a top cover of rocks. And the plants in this bed do so tremendously awesome. They just crank in this bed here, like unbelievable. And I relate a lot of it to the rocks. It's the rocks, and I mean it's a raised bed too, so raised beds help. You know, you get the extra warmth, and plants just love it. But I related on to the rocks. It's the rocks, the roots and stuff. Like it's crazy. This bed just goes unbelievably crazy. Whatever I put in it just goes nuts. What else we got here? Potato and some buckets. There, these will crank out and do pretty good. You'll probably get a good 5-10 pounds out of that. A purple potato. I forget the name. This one. Yeah, but this one's doing really good. Some really nice, fat, thick shoots. But all right, there we go. What started that video? Oh yeah, my seed potatoes. Finding that bag of seed potatoes. It looks rough, but granted, I got most of my potato beds already in. But not that you can't, you know, put extra in. It's always good to have extra. Give them to somebody that, you know, everybody uses potatoes. Give them out to somebody, or just keep them in that bed. Don't dig them up. You need them come winter, sometime during the winter or next spring. Go dig them up then, and they'll still be good. Or dig them up in the springtime and replant them then for next year if you got extra or got the space to do it. But anyways, all right, Southern VT, getting out of here. Peace and love.